This is Cheugy. Cheugy is a 150-gram, that's 1/3 of a pound, combat robot. Over the last 2 years, Cheugy has fought many other small robots at the pub fight events near Denver, Colorado. Each event has 15 to 30 local bot builders testing the robots and having a great time. Today, I'm going to disassemble Cheugy and show you the inner workings of this tiny killer robot. Okay, here we are on the workbench. I've got an expo marker here just for scale, give you an idea of what size this robot is. It's quite small, fits in the palm of my hand. As far as the chassis goes, there is the fuchsia colored nylon. It's got a top plate in the main chassis, and then the blue colored is printed TPU. The base plate has this nice pattern on it to give it a little bit more support, as well as a big buildup of hot glue to help hold it together. Here's a spinning disc, that's the main weapon, and 2 wheels for drive. To get it apart and look at the insides, there's 4 screws across the top and 1 tie wrap holding them together. And you just pull the top plate off, and you can see the inside here. The left side of the robot houses all the electronics, and the right side has the battery. We're going to pull each part out and show you one. Battery just disconnects, and it's a 2S 180 milliamp hour pack that I built with some cells I had laying around. You can buy similar stuff from a lot of different robot websites. The left side houses my electronics. This first part is the Malenki Nano. That controls both drives and the radio receiver included there. The second one is a brushless ESC for the weapon. Next, there's a switch down here, a slide switch, just slides back and forth to turn it on. It's kind of housed behind that massive wall of hot glue that I had to add to help hold this thing together. Moving on to the drivetrain, there's 2 N20 motors. I have unknown speed, I just got them from a friend. They're just in their scrap box, and we found 4 that were similar. So I got 2 here and 2 in the spares. These hubs are printed. Go ahead and take them apart. Just one set screw, and you can pull them off, flex the armor out of the way. You can see there's a nut printed into them in a D shape. And then these tires are just a piece of foam I've cut with a hole saw I built myself. Here's a look at the printed hole saw. It's kind of a funny shape. It works really well for cutting foam. Okay, so here are a couple weapon parts. This motor is from FPV Cycle. It's got epoxy on all the windings, and it has a nice N3 shaft through. They say it's titanium, which is cool, and lighter. The blade is just a 3/16 inch steel laser cut. This is the last one I have. I've worn through 6 of these. I usually just replace them every competition or every other competition, whenever it starts to get a little dull. Sharpness is really important for biting in on these robots. There's a bearing assembly here, and I will take that apart. This is really the key to success with the whole robot in my mind. So here is the bearing retainer. It's just a little printed plastic piece that holds a flanged bearing in there. But the bearing is still captured by a nut. And with the nut off, the bearing and the shaft are both free, so you can just pop that out. I use the flex in the chassis to get to the weapon. The weapon is held on with a nut. Okay, with the nut off, you can just pull the weapon assembly. Flex the chassis as you need to. pull it off. There we go. So the motor sits in there, sits into the bearing, and then the nut compresses it this way, and the bearing is held in both directions, one by the flange on the bearing, and second by that pink attachment piece I showed. This hub is kind of neat in my mind. It's a TPU printed part. I copied this off another robot I went to saw at my first competition, and they beat me, and they were holding it together with this similar system. It's just a groove, snaps into place here. You bend it to get it on there, and then it'll fit right over the motor, and you can tighten down the nut to give it the torque.
Thanks for watching my teardown of Cheugy. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the arena.